Oh, welcome to my 300th video, assuming anyone ever sees this. There's been much discussion about Xaml grid being analogous to Xhtml table, and in this idea, the grid itself is equivalent to the table tag. The show grid lines attribute on the grid is equivalent to the border. The row definition object element within the grid.rowDefinitions property element collection is equivalent to the tr tag, and the column definitions object element within the grid.columnDefinitions property element collection or complex property is equivalent to TD, and these both create rows and columns, and the intersection of rows and columns, which are cells. And somewhat even fuzzier is that the padding attribute is somewhat equivalent to cell padding, and the margin attribute is somewhat equivalent to cell spacing, but definitely no equivalent in grid that I could see are the caption tag, which creates a caption above the table in Xhtml, and the th tag, which creates headings in Xhtml above at the top of the table. And you can simulate these, as I do in this example, by just adjusting attributes and using things like text blocks and an extra row definition. But you know, that's stretching it, definitely. Well, this is an example of a table created in Xhtml, and it's the top 10 movies, high grossing box office movies as of today, which is 11/27/2013. And right after the table we have a caption which gets centered above the table, and then the first row, defined by a tr, has th tags, which are somewhat different looking. They're bolded and darker, which define the column names of rank, title, worldwide growth, and year. And then we have a tr tag for every row, and a td tag for each of the 4 columns within each of the rows. So we have tr, td, 4 tds defining the first row, and then the second row is tr and 4 tds defining the second row, and so on. And if we run this in Google Chrome, we get a table that looks like this. The spacing between the borders is largely created by the cell spacing, and you can see the th tags creates the nice bolded headings, and the caption creates the centered caption. There are actually properties for the caption, but they're no longer usable in HTML5. They've been depreciated. And of course the whole structure is defined by a table tag and a ending slash table tag at the end of all the TRs and TDs. Supposedly equivalent as I could get it, would be the grid with the show lines equal to true in order to create a border. This is equivalent to the border equals to 1 in the table tag. and then we have the grid row definitions collection, and each of the individual row definitions set to auto so they fit the size of the child elements. It's true both of the height of the row definitions and the width of the column definitions. And then I have text blocks with attached properties of grid.column and grid.row to put the text block inside each of the individual cells. And I use a text alignment at center, a padding of 5px, a font size of 16, and a font family of Tahoma, font weight of extra bold to create the look of the TH. And I use the same text align and the same font size and padding for each of the individual rows, but I just use the default font family and font bolding and so on, font weight. And as you can see, it's a ton more work to create the Xaml. You have to do a ton more typing or a ton more cutting and pasting, as the case may be. But if we compile and run this, the table looks like this, and you can expand it out. Actually, you can't expand it out. I didn't use stretch. But as you can see, pretty equivalent concepts. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video and learned a lot. I can't believe I've made 300 videos, but I guess time flies when you're having fun. Well, if you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe.